Cinderella was a kind young woman. She had a heart of gold. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and stepsisters. They were mean to her. They made her do all the chores. Cinderella cleaned and cooked. She sewed and she mended. She never complained. Cinderella had a secret. She dreamed of a better life. She imagined a world filled with kindness. Cinderella held on to her dreams. She knew that someday things would be different. She believed in the power of hope. One day an invitation arrived. The prince was having a ball. Cinderella was excited. She hoped to go to the ball. Her stepsisters laughed at her. They told her she couldn't go. They said she was just a servant. Cinderella was heartbroken. Her dreams felt impossible. As her stepsisters left, Cinderella wept. She felt so alone. Suddenly, a warm light filled the room. A beautiful woman appeared. It was her fairy godmother. The fairy godmother was there to help. She would make Cinderella's dreams come true. The fairy godmother waved her wand. Cinderella's rags transformed. They turned into a beautiful gown. Cinderella couldn't believe her eyes. The fairy godmother turned pumpkins into a carriage. Mice became horses. Everything was magical. Cinderella was ready for the ball. "Go, my dear," said the fairy godmother, "but be home by midnight." Cinderella promised she would be back on time. She climbed into the carriage. She was so excited to go to the ball. It was like a dream come true. A night of enchantment. The prince's ball was grand. Music filled the air. Cinderella felt like she was in a fairy tale. She danced all night with the prince. He was kind and charming. They laughed and talked. Cinderella forgot all about her troubles. The prince was smitten with Cinderella. He couldn't take his eyes off her. They danced all night long. Cinderella had never felt so happy. She had found someone special. But as the clock struck 12, Cinderella remembered her promise. It was almost midnight. She had to leave. The stroke of midnight, and a lost slipper. Cinderella rushed out of the ballroom. She ran down the palace steps. As she ran, one of her glass slippers slipped off. Cinderella didn't notice. She had to get back to her carriage. The magic was fading. She couldn't let the prince see her like this. Cinderella arrived home just as the clock struck 12. The carriage disappeared. She was back in her rags, but she had a magical memory. Cinderella knew that even if things went back to normal, she had experienced true love and magic. Section 6, Happily Ever After. The prince was heartbroken. He searched everywhere for the mysterious woman. He had her glass slipper. He would try it on every maiden in the land. He arrived at Cinderella's house. The stepsisters tried to fit their feet, but the slipper only fit Cinderella. The prince recognized her. He was overjoyed. Cinderella and the prince were married. They lived happily ever after, proving that kindness and hope can lead to magical endings. Cinderella's story reminds us to always be kind, to never give up hope, and to believe in the power of magic.